We have two beautiful little kids. We have our son Mako, who is 4, and our daughter Fynn, who is 2, almost 3. Mama.
When Finley was young, she actually started walking at 10 months. So we were like, whoa, like she is progressing here. And then she started to babble a little bit, got really obsessed with Minnie Mouse and would say it all the time, little things here and there. And then about 16 months, she just kind of started stopping.
She only wanted to be by herself. She would always find a place in her room just to kind of sit. We just kind of, I don't want to use the word, but we lost her. Where all of a sudden the little girl we had didn't want to be touched, didn't want to be held, was never comfortable in her body. She
couldn't
would just
sleep.
She would just sit and bite herself. And then we noticed that she lost all of her words. I remember the hardest stage for me was probably the 16-month where I couldn't get any eye contact with her and I couldn't touch her. And I would go in her room and it almost seemed like she didn't want me in. And my son couldn't really be around her and she just had a hard time being around people. And that was one of those stages as a parent. But you said, you don't have to ever talk to me. I just want you to know I'm there for you. Excuse me. And that I love you, but that she wouldn't allow us near her. And I think that was the thing. I don't measure success as Fynn being able to speak to me or writing or mathematics. That's not successful. I want a little girl that knows how loved she is and for her to be able to show love to others around her.
You never want anything to happen to your kid as a parent, and especially from a dad's point of view. From a dad's point of view, to have something with your kid happen, it makes you feel just terrified.
So we definitely noticed the word regression, and then our pediatrician said, do you know what autism is? And I said, yes. And she goes, let's just try getting you guys some more resources. And then she asked about Foothills Gateway and said, do you guys know what Foothills Gateway is?
So Foothills Gateway oversees early intervention program in Larimer County. And so all the service coordination is through Foothills Gateway, and they have amazing coordinators and administrators who help support the program with the contractors who are the providers that come into families' homes to work with the families.
When we didn't really know what to do or where to go to, Foothills Gateway was like our one-stop shop. So we started to talk to the therapist and say, what would you recommend for this home? And with no judgment, they just walked through and said, she really likes to jump. If you guys could make a little jumping area for her. We actually made a little loft for her, and we call that like her sensory room. And anytime we're looking for Fynn, she ends up going there, and it's basically just filled with balls and swings. Like she'll just find a way to get in her swing and she'll swing. And I call it her area to imagine.
Early intervention is individual to that child and that family and what their goals are. It's not just a one-size-fits-all. We work on certain things. So some of the ways that we've been working with Fynn is to help with her communication. She communicates very well, but she's not using words and not using signs quite yet. And the other things we've been working on are eye contact, and that was one of the things that was really hard at first. Socially, as soon as people were staring at her, coming up to her and like expecting her to do something, she would shut down. Because her mom and her are so close, letting her mom kind of do a lot of the sessions and be that coach in the background saying, okay, like maybe try this, and that might help her calm, or it might help her to attend, or might teach her something new.
Music therapy actually is a great way to bring all of the other related fields goals together. A few goals that, Fynn's working on is kind of the sensory regulation piece, which of course we use with drumming, with the kabasa, things like that, even with playing the guitar.
We start planning for transition for our little ones who are between 2 years and 3 months and 2 years and 9 months old, because once they turn 3, they're fully out of early intervention. We're going to be looking at preschool for Fynn and what that looks like. Specifically, what kind of supports would she need in preschool to learn and grow in the classroom?
So we just kind of felt so thankful that everyone was coming in to empower our family. They never put a limit on where she would get to, and they just gave me every tool that I could possibly use to put in my toolkit. And every time they left, I felt like a better mom for both my kids.
It seems like with all the love and support, we are now bringing her back. She still doesn't have words, but now you can make the connections again. You can play with her.
She is our little gift, and this journey has been a gift. To be able to watch what's going on, and when she walks in, you just see those twinkle in her eyes and that connection where she's really looking at you.
Obviously, we're hoping to see her and her brother really play one day, sit down and do those things. We get little glimpses.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna get it, and I just know we're gonna get it.
Every little accomplishment, every little bit of progress, it's like a celebration, and it really makes you focus on life a little bit more and how each moment can be really exciting.